Dear friends, English Literature, Introduction to Drama, Oedipus Rex, King Oedipus by Sophocles. Dear friends, first of all, I like to pay homage and condolence to the valiant student heroes who sacrificed their lives against the discriminatory quota system in Bangladesh government job. Brief questions with answers. Question 52. Who was the dog-faced witch mentioned by Oedipus? Answer. The dog-faced witch mentioned by Oedipus was Sphinx, which had terrorized Thebes with his riddle before Oedipus came. Question 53. Those now clear-seeing eyes shall then be darkened, then no place be deaf. What outcome did the line predict? Answer. The lines spoken by Tiresias predicted that Oedipus would be blind and his sinful act would be known to all. Question 53. What did Tiresias say would happen to Oedipus? Answer. Tiresias said that Oedipus would leave Thebes as a blind beggar. Question 54. What gift was Oedipus' greatness? Answer. The gift of solving riddle was Oedipus' greatness. Question 55. How did the gift become Oedipus' misfortune and ruin? Answer. The gift of solving riddle became Oedipus' misfortune and ruin because for his ability he became the king of Thebes and married the queen who was his mother. Question 56. What accusation did Oedipus bring against Chiron? Answer. Oedipus accused Chiron for treachery. Question 57. How old was Oedipus when he was cast out? Answer. Oedipus was 3 years old when he was cast out. Question 58. Where was Laius killed? Answer. Laius was killed in Phocis, where the road divides, leading to Delphi and to Dolia. Question 59. Oh wife, I fear that I have said too much. What was it Oedipus feared? Answer. Oedipus feared that the accusation of Tiresias that he killed Laius was going to be true. Question 60. Why did Oedipus go to Delphic oracle? Answer. When a stranger told Oedipus that he was not the son of Polybus, he went to Delphic oracle to know the truth. Question 61. What did Oedipus come to know from Delphic oracle? Answer. Oedipus came to know that he would kill his father and marry his mother. Question 62. Why did Oedipus flee from Corinth? Answer. When Oedipus learned from Delphic oracle that he would kill his father and marry his mother, he fled from Corinth to avoid such sin. Question 63. Why did Jocasta make her obligation to the altars? Answer. Jocasta made her obligations to the altars so that the gods might deliver the city from the plague. Question 64. Where did the messenger come from? Answer. The messenger came from Corinth. Question 65. Whom did the messenger seek? Answer. The messenger sought Oedipus. Question 66. What news did the messenger bring? Answer. The messenger brought the death news of Corinthian king Polybus. Question 67. How was the death news of Polybus related to Oedipus? Answer. King Polybus was the adopted father of Oedipus. So after the death of Polybus, Oedipus was the heir to the throne of Corinth. Question 68. How did Oedipus react after hearing the death news of Polybus? Answer. Though the death news of Polybus was sad for Oedipus, he was relieved of the fear of the prediction of the Delphic oracle that he would kill his father Polybus. Question 69. Why did not Oedipus agree to go to Corinth even if his father Polybus was dead? Answer. Even if his father Polybus was dead, Oedipus did not agree to go to Corinth because the Delphic oracle had predicted that besides killing his father, he would also marry his mother who was alive. Question 70. Where are you now, divine prognostications? What divine prognostication did Jocasta mean? Answer. By divine prognostications, Jocasta meant the predictions of the Delphic oracle that Oedipus would kill his father and marry his mother. She also referred to another prediction that Laius would be murdered by his son. Question 71. Chance rules our lives and the future is all unknown. Who said this? Answer. The line "chance rules our lives and the future is all unknown" was said by Jocasta. Question 72. Who was Queen Merope? Answer. Queen Merope was the wife of Corinthian king Polybus. Question 73. What was the reason of Oedipus' long estrangement from Corinth? Answer. The foretelling of the Delphic oracle that Oedipus would kill his father and marry his mother was the reason for his long estrangement from Corinth. Question 74. What truth did the messenger from Corinth disclose? Answer. The messenger from Corinth disclosed that King Polybus and Queen Merope were not his real parents. They adopted him and brought him up as their son. Question 75. What is reversal? Answer. According to Aristotle, a reversal is a change from one state of affairs to its opposite. Question 76. How does the message from Corinthian messenger create reversal? Answer. The message from Corinthian messenger creates reversal because when Oedipus came to know that King Polybus and Queen Merope were not his real parents, he became horrified, suspecting what Tiresias had predicted, that he was the polluter and sinner of double crime, killer of father, and committing incest. Question 77. Why did Jocasta want Oedipus to stop searching his identity? Answer. Jocasta insisted that Oedipus should stop searching his identity because she already realized that the predictions of the Delphic oracle had become true. Question 78. Why did the chorus fear when the queen left? Answer. When the queen left, the chorus feared that something horrible might happen. Question 79. What truth did Oedipus come to know from the shepherd? Answer. From the shepherd, Oedipus came to know that he was the son of Laius and Jocasta. Question 80. Why did the chorus think that no mortal creature happy? Answer. Seeing the fate of Oedipus, the chorus thinks that man's happiness was illusion followed by disillusion, and so no mortal creature was happy. Question 81. Yesterday my morning of light, now my night of endless darkness. Whom did the chorus refer here and why? Answer. In this line, the chorus referred to Oedipus, who had been the only hope of Thebes in its crisis, but now he was the very polluter and for whom the Thebans suffered. Question 82. How did Jocasta die? Answer. Jocasta committed suicide by hanging. Question 83. How did Oedipus blind himself? Answer. Oedipus blinded himself with a golden brooches pinned with Jocasta's dress. Question 84. Why did Oedipus blind himself? Answer. Oedipus blinded himself because he had seen that was forbidden. He reasoned that he could not meet his father and mother beyond the grave with seeing eyes after committing such heinous sins. Question 85. What request did Oedipus ask to Chiron? Answer. Oedipus requested Chiron to give proper funeral to Jocasta. Question 86. Why did Oedipus want to take refuge? Answer. Oedipus wanted to take refuge in Mount Cithaeron, where he was once left to die. Question 87. For whom was Oedipus anxious? Answer. Oedipus was anxious for his two daughters. Question 88. How many children did Oedipus have? Answer. Oedipus was the father of two sons and two daughters. Question 89. Who was the father of Chiron? Answer. Menuxius. was the father of Creon? Question 90. Command no more. Obey. Your rule is ended. Who said it? Whose rule was ended and why? Answer. The line was said by Creon, and Oedipus' rule was ended because he was the polluter who had to be cast out of the city. Question 91. What moral does the chorus express at the end of the play? The chorus expresses that no man can be called happy until he dies happily. Thank you friends for watching my video.